anybody have that one friend that's always in a super toxic relationship?
Yeah.
They like
Anybody is that friend?
They like that. Who is that friend? I'm into that. I like it. From your perspective, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe your heart keeps getting broken. I can't believe you keep finding these guys, and they're looking for that.
Mm-hmm.
So what I like for everybody to do is have like an introspective moment. Look at what you're getting in life. And I just want you to ask yourself, is this what I like? Logically, you're not saying, oh, I love being broke. Oh, I love having overdressed. I love not having enough. But do you? Like deeper than like the logical idea of your struggle. Because there's something about it that you like.
Mm.
My aunt said this to somebody one time. They were, I think they was at their job for like 15 years. Somebody, it was like, I forgot what the job was, but it was like one of those jobs you look up like, yo, bro, you still here? But it was like 15 years. And my aunt, she just like real brash. She was like, dang, you must like it. He's like, nah, it pays the bills. No, you must like this. It's not that it just pays the bills. It's not that you couldn't find anything else. You like this. Some of us have an idea and you like not being able to attain the dream because you like just talking about it. And you like being able to blame people for not having other people support you. You like that. You into that.
Stir up the drama.
You much rather talk about your failures than your successes because people give you more love. You get way more love.
Yes, you do.
When you're not attaining your dream. When you get fired, you can't wait to get to your friend's house. Yo, you know what's crazy? I just thought about something. Anybody, your first time you had alcohol or liquor, you was like, ooh, this is delicious. The taste of it isn't like super desirable, right? But if you do it long enough, you'll develop a preference for the thing that you didn't like. And an addiction. And you'll say, no, I like this vodka over this vodka. No, this vodka is delicious, man. I don't like this vodka. But when you first have vodka, period, it's like, ugh, what is that? Or the first time you smoked, or you had some sort of stimulant. It's like, you wake up with a headache, you drink, you're like, oh my gosh, that was terrible.
But you go back for more.
And then you go back. But the going back probably has something to do with the people around you or your environment. Mm-hmm. So if we are going to continue to build, it's not just working on the thing. We have to work on our ability to work on the thing. So that's why we have the book club in the morning meetup, so that we can continue to evolve and grow as a person, because I believe the bigger you are, the more you can handle.
For sure.
In terms of mental, emotional, the way you think, the more strategic you think, the more what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word, but the bigger you become as a person, the more you can handle. And this is my favorite quote from Myron, man. He said, and I said it on the call this morning, that everyone's doing 100% of what they can do being who they are today.
Yes.
So if you make $20,000 a year, you're doing 100%. So Joe, I don't know what you make all together in a year, but you're doing all that you can being the person that you are today. Like, we think that we're not doing enough, but you are doing all that you can. I'd be so impressed with Reese too, because like Reese got like real estate, he got like investment properties and cars on Turo and all that kind of stuff.
Okay,
not just holding a camera, right? Yeah. I mean, I really do be super impressed, because he's so casual with it, right? Mm-hmm. But it's something, so there might be a videographer here. Your ability to perform the job as a videographer, exact same.
Yeah.
But you have to become something else to actually go get a property, to actually invest in a business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have to evolve, getting in different rooms. Whatever we make right now, that's all you can make, being who you are. Myself, I have not grown to an 8-figure entrepreneur yet. I'm making 100% of what I can make being who I am right now. And if I want to go to another level, I have to become more.
So what do you have to become?
A better leader.
Mm-hmm.
I have to stop being so afraid, because I am afraid of certain things. I'm afraid of like opinions and stuff like that. I'm sorry, my allergies have been going crazy, y'all. Sorry. For like the last 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I have to think more strategic. So I just recently hired a new accountant.
Mm-hmm.
For one, I'm super impressed talking to her. But I get in this environment, I'm like, I just have this like epiphany. And I say to myself, I want to get to the next level, but the next level is going to require me to the next level. I can't get to the next level on my own.
Okay.
So I came up with this idea. I called my accountant and said, hey, put together the revenue for the morning meetup from the last 6 months. I need a report of like where everybody's at, their memberships, how long, all that kind of stuff. So she sent me this report and I'm like, oh, dang, that's dope. Because now I can see revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Because my objective now is I may find an investor who's also a really, really good marketer, because my goal is 10,000, but there are some people who see 100,000
mm-hmm.
or 60,000.
Mm-hmm.
My man, I was talking to Alex yesterday, and he said he has 27,000 people in his program.
Insane.
27,000. I just got the ability to see 10. I can see it now. Like I mapped it out. I can see it. No problem. By the end of this year, 10,000. Easy. But I can't see 50. It's not that we can't do 50. It's just I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get around somebody who just sees a bigger game. Like if I was talking to Marcus in 500, he just sees so big.
Yeah.
He just sees it just so big. So I'm like, okay, well, I need to be more of a businessman. Let me get all my business stuffs in order, projections, retention, all that stuff, package it, and be able to present an idea and be able to evaluate the right partner and be able to evaluate the company and see if I can get somebody who understands mass marketing on a whole nother level, has celebrity affiliation, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So to get to that last year, I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking, oh, well, I'm just going to promote. I'm going to market. We're going to give as much value as possible. Y'all get value, right? But I have to become a better leader to be able to lead people, not just the people that follow me,
mm-hmm.
but like people around me. Can I lead an investor to give me some money and to do what they're supposed to do? So some people's problem is they do multiple different businesses. And you get distracted because you're trying to juggle them all.
Mm.
That doesn't seem like that's happening to you, right? Because you're in one.
It's in the same brand, but it's starting to see a lot of.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people's issue is it's one business with too many different legs, which is just as bad as multiple different businesses. Because you can't focus on anything. Every year I evaluate what made me money. And every year, I remove something that made me money.
Mm.
So we did, I think like $300,000 or $400,000 from the content creation bootcamp, but I'm not doing that this year. And you would think, yo, why? It's a day. It's a day. You go teach what you already know. People enjoy it. They pay money and come. Well, if I focused on that, then I wouldn't be able to really grow the morning meetup or my podcast the way I want to. So sometimes you got to cut some things that pay you.
Mm.
So you have a lot going on. You're either going to relaunch the thing that you said that you launched last year. And by the way, sometimes that comes from somebody hits you like, yo, you still selling them? You still selling socks? And you're like, nah, I'm focused on hats and stuff. Then somebody else say, yo, you ain't got more of them socks? And you say to yourself, oh, I need to bring the socks back.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the hats are selling. There's you can't juggle everything. Take this note that we are not consistent people. We're consistent in a few things.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to prioritize what you're going to be consistent in.
Yeah.
We're not consistent in everything.
Yeah.
I can't just say I'm the most consistent person.
Right.
Donnie's the most consistent person.
Right.
But there are few things in our lives that we've prioritized to be consistent.
Are we on number 5?
Not yet, I'm just rambling.
Oh, but no, that leads us to number 5. Break your big picture down into smaller chunks. Like break the goal down into smaller bite-sized pieces.
Well,
right,
I wasn't really going there just yet. But.
Well, that's so number 6.
Okay.
Break the big goal down into life-size pieces. David and I.
Hold on, let me finish my rant though. Because I wasn't really going there.
I cut you off this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's I deserved it.
That's
fair. But so no one is a consistent person. It's just like we prioritize. But we've all prioritized something. So I can't say that anybody in this room isn't consistent because you are. It's just the thing that you're consistent in is either detrimental or it's not really moving the needle. So consistency. You wake up maybe the same time and you brush your teeth. And you have the same consistent routine where, I don't know, you floss. So my routine is I'll floss, I'll put some peroxide, swish it around for a little bit. Then I brush my teeth and then I do the little tongue scraper. Y'all use the tongue scraper? No, y'all don't. Use the little tongue scraper. And then I use mouthwash, spread it out. And that's my routine. I'm consistent in that. And some of you all are consistent. Maybe you wake up the same time every day. Maybe you prepare your coffee. Same way, same time, every day. You're consistent in the thing that you do at work. It's just not a life-changing consistency. So we can be consistent, but we'd have to target that consistency to a thing.
Yeah.
Right? So, yes. So back to your point. We have a big goal and we got to figure out what is the most important part about this big goal that I need to be consistent in. And what we decided was every single Monday, we're releasing an episode. Mm-hmm. Today, we release something every day. Today, we're doing a blog post every couple days or so. Today, we're posting on Instagram or TikTok and all that kind of stuff. We're uploading an audio every day. Today, we're doing that. Mm-hmm. But the first thing, if you remember what I said, jumped on a call, said, we will release an episode every single Monday.
Mm-hmm. Or there's a consequence.
Or there's a consequence, for sure. And then we would do... you remember, it will be like an interview Monday. The next Monday, me and Donnie episode.
Yep.
The next Monday, interview. Next Monday, me and Donnie episode. Mm-hmm. But then somehow we was like, all right, we need to pick this up. Mm-hmm. We need to pick this up. So we went to Monday interview, Thursday, me and Donnie. And it's every single week consistently. We had a conversation yesterday with Reese. Can I talk about it, Reese? You don't mind? I'm going to talk about it anyway.
Reese is like, what part of the conversation are you talking about?
So Reese came up with a really good idea. And I'm just one of the people, like, if, like, say I'm working with somebody's on my team, they're like, yo, I got this idea. I'm like, yo, we could build it together. I'm down. Like, I'll be your business partner. Let's go. So Reese has this idea about this concept, which I'm like, yo, it's really, really dope. When did you tell me about the idea? When was the first time you told me? Yeah, for sure hasn't been 2 weeks, Reese, okay? It's been at least a month and a half ago. Or a month and a half ago. He said, I got this idea. I'm like, oh, bet. I like it. Just like put it together, create the concept, and let's go. He said, all right, bet. We had a conversation yesterday, about a month and a half later. And I was like, yo, what's up with the idea? He said, well, I'm still just trying to flesh it out. A month, Reese? No, I'm like, and I'm telling him, bro, I'm not pressing you on it. It's not like I need this concept. I'm saying you do. Because all you have to do is come up with the concept and we'll put it together and I'll promote it and you'll make money for the rest of your life every day. Because I promote it, we'll put it in, and all you gotta do is say, yo, let's put it in the episode, make sure you talk about it, put the product here. Yeah. I'm like, yo, I'm your workhorse now. But I can't force you to be consistent. I can't force you to. He was like, yo, I'm just trying to come up with a concept. And this is a good like growth process. And I was like, yo, you don't have to come up with the whole idea of the product. It's going to take you to get a bunch of people together and say, yo, this is the concept. This is the idea. How do y'all think we can put this together? That's how I built my t-shirt brand. Like once or twice a week, I'd have like a little part. Now it was an excuse to get some ladies to the crib and we'd have like drinks. And I have some ladies cook at my little 1-bedroom apartment. My boys come through. We have a good time. But I'm getting concepts on how we should build this t-shirt brand. And everybody's giving me ideas. Everybody's giving me input. My first models were people that would just come to my house and hang out, right? So I'm like, yo, you need, if this is something that you're prioritizing, because this is something that you put the work in up front, and then for the most part, it's on me to go build it. But it's on you to manage it and to remind me, say, hey, Dave, we need to come to the studio, shoot some content for this thing. I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
Right? So there has to be some sort of priority. So Reese would probably need to say, yo, every Tuesday and Thursday at this time, this is where I'm coming up with this concept. I'm going to present something on those following days, and we got to get this ball rolling. But nobody can make you care enough to do something. You can't. Now, some people operate if I'm paying you, you'll do it. Right? If you're going to sit there and say, yo, if I'm like, all right, I'm going to hire you to do this thing, you'll do it and you'll work in excellence with it. But you need to figure out how to do something that you're not getting paid for and be consistent with it and wait for the results. So I also think number 2, like what we need to consider before we give up or quit is our ability to execute. So my man who lost 1,100, I think he realized, yo, it's a lot of chance in this. It's not something that I can control. But if he was doing a real estate deal or another business deal, he's probably willing to lose a lot more because he understands the ebbs and flows of businesses, the ups and downs. And I know in this particular space, I have the skill set, I have the talent, I have the resources, I have the network to get myself out of this hole. So some of us will throw money at, let's just say, we're going to start this process of, I don't know, building out an apparel brand. And we put a bunch of money into the apparel brand and it doesn't work. I think if you have like a strong idea and it's a belief and you're only basing your ability to succeed off of your will and not your skill, you'll probably continue to dump more money into it. And I say we should probably stop dumping money into it and start putting money into ourselves and our ability to execute it. So maybe we need to stop putting money into products and put money into a course to understand how to source products or how to sell products or how to market. Because our ability will allow us to go a little bit deeper in the hole because we understand that we have to go negative sometime to build out.
Yeah.
Make sense? So I think it's before you like give up the whole thing, just consider maybe I don't know enough about the thing to succeed just yet. We're having some successes in our business and things of that nature. And I joined this mastermind and my man Myron says something like, yo, I understand the idea of a 6-figure year. I get that. I understand making $1 million in a year. I get it. 100%. That'd be dope. Imagine $1 million in a year. You ever did that? You gonna do it though, right? Man, listen.
And it would be dope.
I'm in the room and they say something about $1 million day. And I don't understand. For a long time, I don't understand that. It just don't even make sense. How do you make $1 million in a day? $1 million in a year, tough enough, right? 6 figures ain't hard. I mean, ain't easy, right? But $1 million in a day, I don't understand the concept. But simply because I have not been in an environment that taught me the concept. And now we understand the concept, only because I've been in the environment. But there's some environments where a legal hustle means job. Yeah. Or there's certain environments where a legal hustle means I still can't feed my family with that. There has to be there's got to be something in it, right? Or we've been trained that the world is not fair and we got to go rob, steal, we got to get whatever the world owes us. This is the environment that we've been in. So this kind of goes to a point that the thing we talk about all the time, where your environment shapes who you are.
Yeah.
So if you want to become something different, you have to what?
Be around something different.
Yo, it's just that easy. It's just that easy. If you come to these podcast recordings every single week, you will be different next year. 100%. Because it's just a different conversation other than the conversation you're going to have outside of this with your friends, your family, maybe like some of your other entrepreneurs, and maybe they're your peers, maybe on the same level. They make 100,000, you make 100,000. It's a different conversation versus millions. You will be drastically different next year. I guarantee it, because you're going to be exposed to something else and your brain starts thinking in a different perspective.